And then for sector spotlight today, it's not so much a sector, it's more of a theme. We wanted to look at the typically leading stocks that are now lagging and showing signs of tiring out, like they need a nap. And is that a sign that the markets will have to correct more, or will they hold up? And I think we have to start looking at Apple here, down almost 2% in the past week. Now you were, if I understand this correctly, right, my trading lingo, right, you were heavy long into the weekend, and then you sold some on Monday. What are you doing today?
Okay, well, I got caught in the rebalance at the end of the day, just like a lot of other people. Apple looked as if it was going to hold up and go, and I tried to be cute and get in the momentum trade above 352 to 354 before it actually went above it and held. So I got hurt a little bit. Now for Apple, this is what we have to watch. We need to see if this 345 holds. That's support one. If that doesn't, big support's 341, 342. I'm still long a little. I'm going to see how it goes today. It's down about $1. Maybe for a quick trade for cash flow, it can go for negative to positive. But significance, 341, 342 is that line in the sand. If we hold there, market composure is fine. Now,
what about BIDU nearing some major resistance, down almost 3% in the last couple days? It was a wait and see yesterday, right? So then what is it now?
Well, yesterday it opened up with the market and it sold off. It hasn't been acting great since the earnings came out. I want to show you really big support on BIDU, where a lot of my traders might actually get short. This was your breakout failure on the day earnings came out. Right now it's hovering at support. This thing starts to break below 145, 146. You could see some type of corrective move there. It's had a very big move this year. We've made a lot of money long. Sometimes you can make some money short and take some off the table.
Would you recommend a short, though, or is it too risky to tell? Because it's down about 1% already today.
Well, it depends on how active you are. My guys are going to be looking. If all of a sudden it comes into 146, futures rally, it doesn't go, shows relative weakness, my guys will short it, and as long as it stays below that area, they might look for downside momentum.
And seeing the same kind of thing, down almost 2.5% in the past week. I did a segment yesterday on are these stocks kind of overvalued here. For the trader, what's a good metric?
My traders have been actually making money long and short depending on this range. It broke its momentum when Goldman Sachs downgraded it a few weeks back. It's gotten its composure back. I think it's somewhat of an avoid, especially because earnings are coming out soon and you have that huge IPO tomorrow, which you'll get into later. So I would just avoid sign up. But if you take a quick look at the chart, here is the wedge type pattern there. If it breaks to the upside, my guys will go with it. If it starts to break to the downside, you know that these leaders are in some trouble, and that's when we know the pullback might be a little bit more than just a few days.
And then for the longer-term investor, could they just stay away here at this point with the earnings coming up?
I agree with that.
And then for Lulu, down almost 5% in the past week. Do you need to short this retailer right now?
Well, again, tricky for the average investor, but for the professional trader, we just saw Lulu break its first upper range. One sign, not saying it's over, but if you take a quick look at Lulu, we talk about momentum. And right now, if it held here, it could have broken higher, but it looks like it's breaking lower. So that's just something to take notice as far as Lulu and the other retailers. Also, A&F, Under Armour, some of them look as if they're breaking those upper levels.
And then the last one I really want to do here is Chipotle was down, but it seems to me to be holding up relatively well. Would you agree, or is that an overstatement?
No, well, it's holding up at support, but again, just like we talked about momentum, it's breaking that upper level for momentum. Okay, we try and play momentum trades if they break above highs and continue higher. Chipotle, the restaurant group, has been strong, but if you look here on CMG, you will see that here is what I'm talking about. Here is that upper flag. Guys were trying to trade it for momentum to new highs. It broke this area, and you had to get out. Now it's at bigger support. The question is, does this 260 hold? If it doesn't and goes lower, we're going to see a bit more damage in some of